I just watched one video on cults. Let me get it. ICP Chad. Good video on the world's largest cult. It was a mixture of his video and another question. um, Related to this video I put out on, question what love is. And I made the statement that, I knew what love was when I was born. I knew exactly what love meant. And then that led to another response when somebody asked me, well, what was it? What is love? And I was the happiest kid when I was born. Everybody told me I was special, born on Christmas Eve. Everybody was, doting on me and wanting to be around me, and I was just worshipped with so many people that actually cared and loved me, that I really knew what love was. And then, I was 3 years old, so realize that this is 3 years old and it's a subconscious thing. And, pieces of the puzzle for me just sort of come together, and you'll kind of see it in your own life experience as well. If you can see the meaning of your own life. I had developed a medical problem that started as soon as my brother was born. And a lot of this stuff just sort of started making sense to me after I did read this Holodynamics that sort of gave an explanation that all illnesses have a cause and they can all be cured if you understand the causes of things. And the medical problem that I had it resulted in a lot of beatings. It basically destroyed my whole friggin' life. It was encouraged to discipline me from churches and doctors, and all of a sudden all the love that I was experiencing was then gone. But it all started when my brother was born. And that created a medical problem. Apparently, I got jealous. On a subconscious level at 3 years old, I got jealous. I wasn't the thunder of attention anymore. And then that evil act of jealousy from a 3-year-old child resulted in a life of abuse. And that's kind of like, kind of put those pieces of the puzzle that, here I was, this, baby, up until the time I was 3, obviously wanting attention, wanting love, wanting people caring for me. And as a result, I was a nice person back. I was able to send and receive that love. But then it was jealousy. And it's a hard pill to swallow when you see it in yourself, that my soul knew what love was. But then that was very, very selfish. It is a very, very selfish thing to be jealous of another person getting, the same amount of love. It's almost like if somebody taught me at that time, at 3 years old, if somebody could recognize and teach me, how to sort of expand on that love a little more towards my brother. That's why when I had kids, I made a big intention that when there was because I've had 4 kids, every time I had another child, I made it seem like this was their gift. That each child was, this newborn was theirs. It was a way for them to express their love towards their new brother or sister that was coming in, so there wasn't any jealousy. I don't know why, but I just really knew that it was the best thing to do to teach a child right at the very beginning not to be selfish, to really care for other people, because that's where I knew love was, is when people really, really cared about me. And I guess from that experience, I kind of went into a people pleaser disease and really cared more about other people and their feelings from that experience, and at the cost of neglecting myself. Didn't care so much about myself, I guess. I cared way too much for other people. But that's where I'm kind of seeing the definition of love is when you really go out of your way to make sure somebody else is happy by their standards. You see a smile on their face, not by what you think they want, but by listening to what it is they want and making sure that whatever it takes to make that other person happy is the goal. And but you can't lose yourself in it. You know, you have to love yourself with the same amount of intensity. And just think, what would the world be like if we actually really went out of our way to make sure everybody was happy? Wouldn't that be a more loving planet? You know, could this be what the elites are all about, is, you know, they're jealous of everybody else, you know, that they're striving to get all of the attention because they're starving for attention? Karma's a bitch. Just some thoughts. Peace out.